Welcome to my channel, Life Changing Fitness here in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm Heather, and what we'll be discussing is healthy habits with Heather. Today's main topic is going to be water and the importance of water. Why do we need water? For so many different reasons. Water is the easiest thing we can do to help our bodies, and yet it seems to be the hardest thing for us to do. So how much water we should be drinking a day is what I'll be discussing, as well as the benefits and lack of water. What are some of the signs? So let's get into what is the importance of water, okay? It aids in digesting food, so it promotes the saliva. Saliva then promotes digestion, which then gets the food and minerals, vitamins, all that stuff to the proper places that it needs to go in order for it to benefit our body. It helps aid in our organ function. So why is that not important to us? Don't we want our body to work in the best capacity it can? I suggest that you might want to add some water into your day. It's helpful in brain function. Brain function. So when we're having brain fogs, maybe memory issues, those are some things that if you're dehydrated, you might have an issue with. Try hydrating yourself with some water. See if it helps better that. It regulates our body temperature. So when we sweat, what is that doing? It is regulating our body temperature. It's saying that right now internally we are warm. And so we are trying to get rid of anything that is creating us to get warm. Sweat is regulating our body temperature. So when you're working out, you find that you might be sweating more than normal, or I wouldn't even say more than normal, but you're sweating more than you normally did. More than likely it's because you are hydrated and your body is regulating its body temperature so it does not overheat, you don't have a stroke. So that is a great thing that our body does for us. And so it's important that we make sure that we're hydrated to help regulate the temperature of our body. It acts as a shock absorber for our brain and spinal cord. It converts the food to components needed for survival, so our digestion, which we already talked a little bit about. Helps deliver oxygen all over the body. Great, need that. It lubricates our joints. It flushes the body waste, mainly in urine. And it allows body cells to grow, reproduce, and survive, which is fantastic. I need that, especially in order for us to survive longer. So the importance of water is a really good thing. It also aids in losing weight, especially if you're drinking enough water. So that's what we're going to be getting into, is drinking enough water. Energy helps with headaches. It helps with a healthy skin. So if you find that you're dry and scaly, maybe you need to look at how much water that you're drinking. That might be a simple solution. It cleanses and gives you kidney health. Better exercise and performance. So when you are somebody who regularly works out, I definitely encourage that you drink enough water. That will better your performance, and then you won't feel so sluggish or such an effort to get things executed when you're working out. You won't cramp. I know I've had several people in my classes that their foot goes into a cramp or their calf, and a lot of times that is dehydration. So as simple as drinking some water, prior to, obviously you want to be hydrated before you work out. A lot of times when you are working out, you're already underhydrated if you have not had enough water. But absolutely encourage you to drink water while you're working out, no matter if you're already dehydrated or not. Add the water. And then it helps with our muscle recovery. So those are great reasons why we should be drinking water. Why we don't drink water is, I hear every excuse in the book. I hate going to the bathroom so much. It always makes me go to the bathroom so much. Okay, the more you do it on a regular basis, the better your body will get used to it. It won't be such a hard process, okay? Your body will get used to it. But you have to stay consistent. That's the key, being consistent. Drink enough water all the time. And I have a lot of clients that work in the hospitals, and I know that that's a hard thing because you don't have access to just sitting at a desk and drinking your water, running to a bathroom because you have to pee. Those are just some problems. However, you can still have enough water throughout the day, minus any excuses that you have. You make time for coffee. If you make time for an energy drink or whatever it may be, you have time to drink some water. So I'm going to challenge you, if you are one of those people who make excuses, if you have time to drink anything else, then you have time to drink water. So excuses. Here are some of the signs of a dehydration. Thirst, headaches, general discomfort, like you just feel uncomfortable, loss of appetite, bloating, dry skin, confusion. You can't understand why you're always so tired. Irritability. Those are just a few of the things that I have learned in what I do that show dehydration signs. So what I'm going to tell you now is the importance of why it is to turn to water before we turn to anything else. So a lot of times we think we're hungry, and it's just like, oh man, I'm so hungry. And so what do? We grab food. Well, our brain is really, really intelligent for the most part. Some people maybe not as much, but for the most part, our brains are very, very intelligent. And so the one thing that our brain cannot decipher is between thirst and hunger. So always I suggest to people, if you have that urgency, like, I need a snack, I need this, grab some water, drink some water, wait a few minutes, maybe 20 minutes, see if that feeling goes away. And I'm not saying just a sip of water. I'm saying drink some water and see if that feeling goes away. A lot of times it's just thirst. And it takes 20 minutes for our stomach to let our brain know that we even ate. So a lot of times we overeat before we even realize that we're not even hungry anymore. So drink some water first, see if that feeling goes away. And 9 times out of 10, it will probably mute. If you're truly hungry because you haven't eaten in 4 or 5 hours, obviously it's hunger. But if you ate and you haven't had water, then more than likely it's dehydration and you need to drink some water, okay? So knowing the difference between hunger and thirst, always turn to water first, and then maybe that will help make your decisions better, and that will help make you make better decisions on what you're going to choose to eat if you take time to drink water before you eat. The next thing, how much water should you drink? Okay, well, I'm going to give you a challenge, okay? Half your body weight in ounces of water is how much you should be drinking a day. Why a half your body weight? Well, first of all, your body uses 75% of your organs, your body, everything, skin, we talked about that. All of that we use on a daily basis. It uses water. So if we're not drinking enough water, what does that do? It's affecting everything functioning properly. Okay, that means our organs, it means our skin, our brain, our mucous membranes, everything is affected by being dehydrated. So I'm gonna really highly encourage buying a jug of water. No, you might not need to drink the whole gallon of water, but some of you may, depending on your body weight, and that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill that water jug up to whatever it is that's half your body weight in ounces of water. And what I want you to do is every day fill it to that point, and by the end of the day, it should be empty, okay? So that is your first challenge. And I bet you anything, you're gonna feel so much better once you get it into a consistent routine that you're doing, okay? It has to be consistent. And once you get into that routine, you're gonna be so happy you did. So there's challenge number 1. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I would love to be able to help any way I can. And again, this is Heather with Life Changing Fitness here in Saginaw, Michigan. You can also go to my website at www.lifechangingfitness.org, and you can message me through there too. Check out my page. So thank you for joining. Have a great day.